Hey, welcome. This explainer is from Forge College, and today we're going to take a deep dive into the Solana ecosystem. Now, if you've ever felt totally lost in its maze of terminology, don't worry, you're in the right place. We're about to give you the map and the compass you need to navigate all of it with confidence.
Jumping into a new blockchain can feel a lot like trying to untangle this massive, impossible knot of jargon and brand new concepts. All these terms, validators, accounts, rent, it can seem pretty overwhelming, right? Well, that's exactly what we're going to do today. Untangle this knot one simple concept at a time.
So here's how we're going to tackle this. Let's imagine we're exploring the Solana ecosystem as if it were a high-tech, bustling city. For the next few minutes, I'll be your tour guide, and I'm going to show you the core infrastructure, the rules of the road, and how all the different pieces fit together. So here's our itinerary for the tour. We'll start at the information booth to get our vocabulary straight. Then we'll check out the city's foundation, learn about its kind of unique system of safes and locksmiths, look at the digital toolkit every citizen gets, and then see it all in action down at the marketplace. And finally, I'll hand you a map you can take on your own adventures.
Okay, every great tour has to start at the information booth. Before we start wandering through the skyscrapers and side streets of Solana City, we need to make sure we're all looking at the same map and, speaking the same language. Having this shared vocabulary is absolutely crucial.
In a previous explainer, we might have focused on the why, the architectural trade-offs that make Solana so incredibly fast. But today, we're shifting from the blueprints to the actual city map. Understanding what each piece does and where it fits in the grand scheme of things, that's the key to building here successfully.
First stop, the city's foundation. This is the power grid, the city planners, and the construction crews all rolled into one. It's the absolute core infrastructure that keeps Solana running, keeps it secure, and allows it to keep growing.
So who are these city planners and engineers? Well, they're called validators. Just think of them as these super powerful computers scattered all over the world, all running the Solana software. They process every single transaction, they vote to agree on the city's official history, and they build the very blocks that make up our digital city. Now, to keep things from getting chaotic, validators don't all just try to build new blocks at the same time. Instead, Solana uses something called a leader schedule. You can think of it like a city work roster. This schedule appoints one validator to be the foreman for a very, very short period of time, giving them the job of bundling up transactions and adding the next block to our city's foundation. Okay, now let's look at Solana's really unique system for storing data. To really get this, you have to understand this core idea. The city is basically full of secure safes and highly specialized locksmiths. This one metaphor is the key to understanding how all information is managed here. On Solana, we have two really distinct things. The locksmith's instructions, that's the actual code, are called programs. And the safes themselves, where all the valuable data is stored, are called accounts. This separation is fundamental. The code is always separate from the data it operates on.
This whole concept is called the account model. The programs themselves are stateless, which is a fancy way of saying they don't store anything on their own. They're just a set of rules. To do anything, a program has to be told exactly which safes or accounts it's allowed to work on for that one specific transaction. This design is a huge reason why Solana can process so many things in parallel.
So we've got the foundation, and we've got a way to store data. But how do you, as a developer or a user, actually do anything in the city? Well, that's where the public services come in. The digital post offices, the libraries, the communication towers, all the stuff that makes the city usable for everyone.
Let's break down the city's services into layers. At the very bottom, the foundation. That's the consensus layer, where the validators do their work. Developers usually talk to this layer through something called RPC nodes. The next floor up is the runtime layer. This is where you actually deploy your programs. Above that, you've got services for accessing data, like indexers, which are great for looking up historical records. And right at the very top is the client layer, which is how users interact with everything through their wallets. Each layer has a clear job and a clear entry point.
All right, theory is great and all, but let's make this real. We're going to walk through a super simple transaction in a digital marketplace. This is where we're going to see the validators, the accounts, the programs, and all the toolkits come together to actually get something done.
So let's follow a transaction from start to finish. First, your wallet crafts the instructions. Second, you sign it with your private key. It's like your official signature. Third, it gets sent off to an RPC node, which is basically the city's post office. Fourth, the post office delivers it to the current leader validator, who executes the instructions. And finally, once it's complete, The result is confirmed by the whole network and recorded forever on that shared ledger.
Now, there's one quirky rule in Solana City called rent. See, storing data on the blockchain isn't free. It takes up space on thousands of computers. So every account has to pay a tiny fee just to exist. You can think of it like paying rent for your data's apartment. If you make a deposit that's large enough to cover the rent forever, your account becomes rent-exempt. But if not, and the balance hits zero, it can eventually be evicted to free up space.
And our tour is almost over. To wrap everything up, let's create a simple map with just a few key principles. Think of these as the major landmarks you can use to navigate Solana as you start to explore or maybe even build your own corner of the city.
Here are your 3 main takeaways. First, always plan your account layouts intentionally, because they're basically your application's permanent storage. Second, try to minimize how many different accounts each transaction needs to change. This avoids digital traffic jams, and it's the real key to parallel processing. And third, use the right tool for the job. If you need historical data, use an indexer, not a simple RPC node.
So we've gone from a tangled mess of jargon to a pretty clear city map. We've seen the foundations, we've learned the rules, and we've checked out the tools that are available to everyone. The ecosystem is vast, and now you have the vocabulary to start exploring it. So really, the only question left is, now that you have the map, what are you going to build?
This explainer was brought to you by Forge College. If you want to dive deeper into Solana or explore other Web3 topics, come visit us at forge.college. In our next explainer, we'll see how all this terminology applies to real-world projects. Thanks for joining the tour.